Alright, hello everyone, we are live on Myth Machine channel. I am your friendly GM Mikael Hellstrom. You can find me on startplaying.games. And with us this time we have 3 players who are going to be subjected to Vampire the Masquerade. Who wants to introduce themselves first?
I guess I'll go first. I am El Duende, pronouns any all. I am the sexy one.
You are playing what exactly?
I am playing Tony Hernandez, Latino gangster.
Bruja as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And next?
Hello, I am Dominic, and pronouns as well. I am playing Sylvester Bjormsson, who's your Malkavian rock star.
Indeed. And last but not least?
I'm Roger Revel. I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie. A former gangster who was turned into a vampire the night he retired from crime.
And he's a caitiff. This show is rated R because it's Vampire the Masquerade. There will be blood, there will be not war crimes necessarily, but other things.
We'll see about that.
It's not a war yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. With me at the table, things could change quite easily.
I suppose it could. That's sad. But also true. Anyway, last time we met, your characters had an interesting time with the New Year's Eve at Prince Modius's mansion, and everything went
perfect.
Not according to Modius's
plan. Dinner and a show.
Not entirely according to Modius's plan. The year is now 1991, January 1st, because, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing the very first material for Vampire the Masquerade. We're playing the original, the OG, first edition stuff, using V5.
Yeah, so like a couple years after they invented fire.
Yes, we're now up to wheels in the
Yeah, it was like a few months right before the wheel.
Indeed. And yeah, you have been given a task by the prince to go to Chicago and give him a letter saying, apparently that's what Modius said, that he should keep his filthy hands out of Gary's affairs, essentially.
Yeah, and also do exactly what he wants by introducing themselves.
Yes, there were kind of mixed messages there.
Yeah, very mixed.
It being January 1st, the sun does go down fairly early. It's only 4:30 in the afternoon when the sun starts dropping. And who might wake first? You had decided, I believe, on some place to meet to go into Chicago together. Are we using one car, several cars? Where are we meeting? When are we meeting? What's the decision? Modius obviously wants to get this done ASAP, but...
Didn't we agree to meet somewhere near where we met the first time?
By Modius's house where the New Year's party was?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty downtownish in Gary.
I think that's what we decided.
Yep, I think so. Did you decide what time to meet?
Just be a get there as soon as you wake up kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
Yeah, and since Sylvester doesn't regularly mutilate people, unlike the two of us were,
Yeah.
a bit later.
What? Sylvester is fine as far as humanity goes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Goldtooth Charlie and Tony is slightly sluggisher, as it were.
Last night I literally caved in like a guy's jaw, basically.
You did, yes. So, at Humanity 7, according to the book, you actually don't get up earlier You have to have humanity 8 to rise from day sleep an hour before sunset. So everybody's gonna rise at about sunset then, and feel free to roll your rouse check to get your dead body animated yet again.
I failed. Wow, I'm the only one who failed. So I get up. Oh wait, no, that's Sylvester. I can't read apparently. So I actually succeed.
Yeah, you are not feeling more hungry at all. Neither is Goldtooth Charlie, but Sylvester is feeling slightly more peckish.
Okay, so for now I don't need to suck.
That's correct. Goldtooth Charlie, just because alphabetical order, you wake in. Please describe your haven.
Goldtooth Charlie currently, because he's been living from place to place, he currently wakes in a hotel bathroom. Because of the way most hotels are built, the bathroom doesn't have an external window. So he's safe from the sun in there. So he's just been spending about the last 8 months sleeping in bathtubs.
Wait, not like on the floor with a sleeping bag or something?
I guess it doesn't really make much difference because it's not like you feel anything when you're out, do you?
No.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
There's going to be a do not disturb sign on the door, of course, and the bathroom door is locked, and you probably shoved a towel at the bottom
Yeah,
of
extra
the door.
do not disturb one for the bathroom too.
So on. Yeah, you're awake, Goldtooth Charlie. You're getting out of the bathroom. What's the first thing we're going to do tonight?
This mission requires going back to Chicago for the first time.
Yep.
Charlie is going back in style. So he's going to have a shower, and put on his best underworld gangster suit, and go to his car. And this is a team that has some classic Americana wheels. And Charlie drives, what did I say it was? I know it's a sort of spectacular pimpmobile. Midnight blue Buick Riviera.
Yes. With a hat that has a spectacularly wide rim, as it were. What about Tony Hernandez?
Alright then. Tony's haven is a basement apartment with 5 different locks at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
basically
fairly well secured, isn't it? Because you put some pointers to that. Your haven.
Yeah.
The opposite of Charlie's completely insecure haven.
Basically, he gets up, puts on that rented tux suit that he rented and used for last night, gets his pistol Lucia, and then heads out in his Cadillac.
Dexter's gonna be there, isn't he? He's watching you over. He's the one who's watching you over the day, isn't he?
Yeah, I would probably tell Dex to, like last session I said, stay here in Gary.
Yeah, Dex is like, hey bro, you sure you don't need me? He looks tired, because he's been up all night before and all day before, and he's, you sure you don't need me, bruh?
I'm good.
He'll just give you, this is the era before the fist bumps, maybe. I'm not sure how long fist bumps have been around, but high five at least.
Yeah.
Give me 5, man. Yeah, he's gonna give you that greeting, and with that, Dexter will no longer be in this particular situation as you're headed straight out. Sylvester, however, is a bit peckish as Sylvester wakes up where exactly?
Sorry, no longer.
Yeah, he would wake up in like a small, maybe bungalow that's rarely poorly lit. It's like a mix between almost looks like a mix between a crack den and like a rocker's bungalow. But it's lit really badly, so it has this like airy vibe about it without being actually haunted, but
as far as
and not Sylvester probably feels bad just being there, but he calls it home.
As far as you know, it's not haunted.
As far as I know, yeah.
As far as... Alright. Leo, I suppose, is gonna say pretty much the same thing as Dexter did. Your bodyguard, though he has seen considerably less murder activity than Dexter has. He's just the doorman, and the usual trouble that he will have to deal with is a drunken fan trying to feel up Sylvester in all sorts of inappropriate ways. He doesn't need to go packed ready for a gang war, is what I'm saying. So he will simply go like, alright, what's the plan for tonight, boss?
I don't know if there will be fighting, but it could potentially be.
Do you need me around, is I guess what I'm asking?
Yeah, I'm not really a fighter. If anything happens, I'll talk my way out of it. And
you know me, I'm with you.
And if that doesn't work, you just instantly die.
I'm with you if you need me, you know that.
Yeah, I think it would be cool having you with me, although you might see some strange things.
Here's hoping the ass kisser strategy keeps you alive.
If you the long and the short of it is, if you want Leo to come with, he's definitely with you.
Yeah, I think Sylvester will ask for him to come with.
Yeah, sure, boss, sure. I'm not sleepy or anything. Let's see now. How quickly do mortals get sleep deprived in this game? Or did he watch over you during the night?
He usually would work evening shifts anyway, so he might have a
so he's not watching
sleep
over you
schedule than the average person.
He doesn't watch over you during the day, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's good. Then he's fine and fresh, unlike Dexter. Alright, boss. Whatever you say. Okay. Given that really rapid sort of morning, I guess that's the advantage of being a vampire, is when you come out of that hibernation, all you really have to do is get dressed. I don't know, do vampires brush their teeth? Big debate. Audience will have to decide if they do or not. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. And even if they don't do it, I feel like they would out of habit.
I'm good with it.
Tony may be a horrific monster of the night, but he's not a savage.
Sylvester brushes his teeth with vodka, actually.
Ooh. So he smells liquor.
He has considered it.
But so he will actually. So when if he gets pulled over by an officer, he will actually smell of booze.
Probably.
Dedication to the Masquerade. That's what that is. We are gonna meet up. I'm gonna just move it like half an hour forth or so. And I don't know why the map isn't getting any darker, because it should. But yeah, it is now considerably darker because it is in fact night. Even though it's only 5 in the afternoon, this is far to the north. Of course, if you were even further to the north, the sun would go down at 4 or so. Us true northerners know about how sun can go down early.
Yeah, 3 seconds of sunlight.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what we get.
Per month.
My grandparents, they have 1 hour of sun in the winter, so that's all.
Yeah,
Like
okay, that's even further north than... Yeah. Anyhow.
I was gonna say 3 hours, that's an exaggeration. Jesus.
No, it's not. In some places, the closer you get to the Arctic Circle. Anyway, I'm gonna randomize to see who gets there first, and it's gonna be...
Crosslanders.
It's gonna be... It's Sylvester, actually. So you are there waiting for the others in your amazing car.
I guess it would be Leopold's car, but yeah.
Does Sylvester have his own car, or does he just use...
He has the typical Tour 1, but he doesn't usually drive it himself because he can't drive. Also, he would probably be like, hey, my man, I'm gonna take the car out today. Probably best to just use Leopold's for now. There is dice rolling.
Not at all. Yeah. Keeping tabs on things. Yeah, so, who's driving? Is it Sylvester or Leopold who's driving?
Leopold Sylvester cannot drive.
I mean, you can get the vehicle from point A to point B, hopefully
Yeah,
without
he
getting
probably
into an
has
accident.
a license that he got
Yeah.
like at 16 and then maybe crashed his first car. You know
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, he would qualify on America's Worst Drivers, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite the
Basically,
worst,
your license should have been taken from you a long time ago.
yeah, but we're lax about such things around here.
Yeah, like how we're lax about giving.
He basically looks 10 years
automatic
younger on his license currently.
Yeah, right now in the 90s, like the early 90s before Clinton did a silly.
Yes. Yeah, you're there and you're hanging out with Leo, who is in the driver's seat, and just chatting with each other for a while. There's no light in Modius's house tonight. For all you know, there might be nobody there. On the other hand, there were no lights really coming out last night either. Maybe they're there, who knows. But whatever the case might be, about 5 minutes later, Tony turns up in a very different vehicle, I feel like.
I don't know, Cadillac. I'm a gun guy, not a car guy.
Fair enough.
We said Cadillac Eldorado last time.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess we'll go with that. I can rant to you all day about the different variations of AKs. No, nothing about cars.
But in this case, you don't have to. Yeah, you will see. I guess you saw the vehicle last night too there, Tony, because Sylvester certainly got to the party in that vehicle, so you will recognize it. Yay!
Indeed, it's an Impala.
Mm-hmm. So Tony recognizes
I-
Sylvester's car, and Sylvester recognizes Tony's car. Are you just gonna sit there in each other's cars and just watch each other, or what's going on here?
I guess I'm gonna leave my car and get in his car. It'd probably be easier just to do it one car.
Yeah, his is roomier too.
Yeah.
Charlie,
I guess. Yeah.
finally getting there.
I guess I'll roll for awareness to see if I notice him.
You can if you want to. I don't think he's trying to sneak up on you or anything.
I know, but still. I think it's wits and awareness. Yeah, whatever.
Watch me randomly activate the clock of shadows in the car.
That's actually useful for
That
you. At
is
least.
actually a smart thing to do if you don't want to get caught, because you can sit still and still move.
Yep. And it's for free too. So basically, you are not visible unless someone has sensed the unseen.
I remember years ago on a forum about vampire, somebody's a symbol, I think it was like their actual avatar, was like a cat standing behind a really narrow pole. So narrow you can basically see an eye on each side of the pole. And it just said, obfuscate, doing it wrong.
That would be correct. Yeah, is Charlie gonna abandon his vehicle too here to join in Sylvester's van? What are we saying to each other as you're meeting?
Sylvester is gonna roll down the window and just call out to the other car.
I see in the heavy snow, Charlie get out of his wearing a 3/4 length fur trench coat.
Wait a minute. Is Sylvester driving or Leo?
Driving. Yeah.
Okay, then. For a moment, I was gonna say Tony gets a shiver down his spine for some reason.
I don't know, Sylvester is a good passenger. Don't worry. But he knows far.
Yeah, I will come over and join the... We actually know where we're supposed to go to meet the prince, or are we supposed to go to the Succubus Club first and then figure it out from there?
I think that was the plan.
That's what we were recommended to do. Perhaps
Well, actually,
first.
who has the invitation?
I think
Oh,
you-
Tony does, since he's the one
Tony,
who grabbed it.
Yeah.
And if anybody, I could do it, or if anybody else has good, high enhanced sensors, we should definitely hold it up to a light and see how much of it we can read through the envelope, just to get a bigger sense of what we're getting into and how angry the prince may be at us after he's read this.
Got it. I pass it over to Charlie and I say, yeah, I'm not that good with words. Take it.
And I will attempt to do this, and I don't... This could look very unusual if I have to be like outside of the car crouching down looking at it through the headlights, but I will try and use my enhanced sensors to see as much of what's in this envelope as possible.
Yeah,
I
that's
need a
gonna be-
light. Sylvester flicks up a lighter.
I mean, it's folded, right? So you're not gonna be able to make out everything, and it's also folded. I think you fold better inward. It's fairly sturdy paper. With your heightened senses, you will notice the quality of the stationery. You can feel inside the envelope too that it's gonna be very nice paper. There's probably gonna be like watermarks or stamps on it for inside. And feeling it, it smells of expensive ink as well. He's definitely put down some work on this, but to actually get inside it and read it, you would need to somehow pilfer open the seal without it showing to be opened, which is not impossible with the right equipment. Some larceny work could definitely get her done, but not in a car, I don't think. You have to be somewhere where you can have the proper tools available to you.
Unless somebody else has got something else they could try, I don't want to attempt that. This was just about trying to get an advantage without taking any risk at all. And I don't want to mess around with anything that could anger this guy any more than he probably already will be.
Yeah. Oh, also, this is perfect that I gave you the envelope because it means I get to throw you under the bus when it goes to shit.
That's just mean.
Look, you should always have backup plans.
Fair.
Ah, see now you're trying to figure out what's in there. Without actually opening up.
Please don't open that, Charlie.
And Charlie will just hold it up, say, worth a try. We'll hand it back to anybody else who wants it.
Oh, no, keep it.
I'm thinking.
I may have this sight, but I do not have X-ray vision, I'm afraid.
Don't got them built-in nightmare vision goggles, huh?
Oh no, if only.
I'm thinking this is all happening on the way as you drive, because Leo is driving, right?
Yeah, I think we might have begin to drive to the club now.
Yep. Oh, I've done one of those mistakes again. Sorry about that. I always forget to uncheck the box.
Dementia-riddled DM.
Yes, that is me. There we go.
We have to put him in a home now.
I wonder
Shame.
if there's a setting where you can like prevent that from happening. I don't know.
Oh, you have to uncheck the I think the default is that it's because
The default is token vision, right?
It's D&D dungeon crawling, so that's why it happens. Anyway, we are heading in towards Chicago, and it's going to be about 45 minutes to get into downtown. Anyone who's been in a nightclub circuit will know about Succubus Club, which is probably all of you in different ways.
Yeah.
Tony, you have criminal contacts, so you will definitely have heard of Succubus Club. Is the place where you go to... It's Switzerland. You go to do deals with customers or peace treaties with other gangs, because nobody's going to shoot that place up. It's Switzerland.
Yeah, otherwise it's just a death sentence if you tried that shit.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna gang up on you if you disrupt Switzerland.
Yeah, you die, your family
You-
dies, immediate known context of your family dies, that kind of deal.
Yeah. Goldtooth
It's
Charlie will
just
notice
also
the
like
same way.
Switzerland in that it's neutral and heavily armed.
Yes, exactly that.
Is it also filled with Nazi gold?
It just might be. Because everybody goes there, which includes the local Nazis, probably. Yeah. Goldtooth Charlie, by the way, you will notice that I have given you back 1 point of... You have healed 1 point of aggravated willpower damage from last night because you were, in fact, working towards being an independent of Vampire Society by not necessarily choosing sides between Juggler and Modius as such. And Tony did the same. He regained willpower aggravated damage because he was trying to move up in the ranks by doing exactly what Modius told him. Sylvester, of course, will have heard about the Succubus Club because you know about the nightclub scene. And if there's one club you've always dreamed of playing, it's probably there. So many big bands who weren't big yet, but were gonna make it big, had their breakthrough gig there. We're talking like REM, Red Hot Chili Peppers, a whole bunch of others who came by, and when they were so small they were still doing the nightclub circuit. They did Succubus Club, and then, strangely, their fortunes changed. So Sylvester probably have wanted to go there.
A little deal with the devil, if you will.
Maybe. You know that Raymond Falcon's band Baby Chorus plays there on the regular, yeah?
Man, the vampires in World of Darkness are like if you took every anti-Semitic conspiracy theory and just replaced the word Jew with vampire.
That was out of line, but that was right. Oh, dear. So yeah, that's where we're headed. It's gonna, as I said, it's gonna take 45 minutes. What are we talking about as you're driving through the wastelands, which are literally a whole bunch of rusting, abandoned factories on both sides of the highway towards that big city in the distance? Yeah. What are we doing? Anything?
I guess trying to make small talk. So how's the weather today? I'm asking you, Mikael. This night.
The weather this night is slight drifting snow. So it's a light snowfall, freezing temperature, pretty slippery it would be on the road because of the high wind. If you throw in the wind factor on top of the temperature, you will want to wear a heavy jacket. Unless you're Canadian, in which case you're walking around in shorts and flip-flops.
Still different.
Leopold will turn on the radio. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess I try and make small talk
Jams.
about the weather.
It is 5:30 and it is time for the trivia.
Yay.
Yeah, folks, here's the question of the day. For $100, who was the director of the FBI who authorized the illegal surveillance of Martin Luther King?
I have no idea.
Me as a
The chance
player
of
have
that
no
in-
idea.
Honestly, I should probably know this considering I'm the only American here, but is what it is.
What's the chances it's anybody other than J. Edgar Hoover?
So you're just blurting out J. Edgar Hoover? You know what? It's gonna turn out to be true. It is, in fact, J. Edgar Hoover. And here's another one, then. On Her Majesty's Secret Service had a new actor cast as Bond. For $100, who is this Australian actor?
Fuck if I know. I don't know anything about James Bond. These are horrible questions for me.
Yes, they are. Not necessarily for Sylvester, though.
Me as a player don't know.
You can roll a wits performance, difficulty 3. Actually take half, because you have enough of
Yeah,
that.
both as a player and a character. I don't know any of these.
You would know it. George Lazenby.
Yeah, Sylvester will say that out loud. Just
That one didn't even sound familiar after I heard the answer. Some of these questions you think you don't know, but then as soon as you hear the answer, triggers a memory. That I never knew.
45-minute ride it is. And then it's going to take a little bit of extra to find your parking space and all that. So it'll be around
'cause,
6 o'clock in the evening by the time you actually get to the destination. And your destination is in the Loop. Or actually,
'Cause
slightly north of the Loop.
As Charlie was in the underworld and the club scene, and was a getaway driver in Chicago for a number of years, he'll have been giving Leopold directions, telling him all the best shortcuts. As they pull into Chicago, like in the snow, also say this is the same weather as when Iceberg Slim first arrived in Chicago. It would have been if the story of my life wasn't fiction and he had actually been pimping in a totally different city than Chicago.
so, have you, the others, been at this club before?
Once or twice on business.
Business and pleasure.
Sorry, that's on me. Where is it from? I can't even tell. Why? Why? Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. My apologies. People calling me at all sorts of hours. Ow. There. Okay, sorry about that. We get back to the action, shall we? Yes, we are in the near north of Chicago, in fact. And we're gonna be going towards basically this here area, just north of the Loop. Along Michigan Avenue. This...
I wonder if the map is so bloody because this area is dangerous due to the whole us not supposed to be here.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh yeah, it is red.
I'm not telling.
Eh.
But
Maybe it's a giant warning sign that if we stay here longer than necessary, we are going to get completely fucked.
around the number 5 here is where you'll find all the nightclub district. That's basically where you're headed. You're gonna have
Sweet.
to struggle to find parking, but not maybe as much as on another night, because this night it's January 1st, and everybody had their big party last night. So right now I think most people are just nursing hangovers and eating pizza to celebrate the new year. 1991, everyone. Awesome. Yeah, you were gonna get in through the doors to the Succubus Club. It's known as one of the trendiest but weirdest clubs in Chicago. It's an old brick warehouse, several stories, maybe 4 or 5 stories high. It must have been some kind of factory, maybe back in the 1800s or something. But now it's been converted, obviously, and you can see the neon sign Succubus Club in pink neon over the entrance, which is perhaps smaller than you might expect. There's some people standing in line, but not a whole lot of people. 6 p.m., I guess they can get supper here or whatever if they want. This is a Tuesday night. And if you could see through the cloud cover, you would see a full moon. But can't, so you won't. Yeah. Are we pulling up in line? They're gonna charge you a little bit of coin to get inside, and you will get inside. So, this place has multiple stories. If none of you even have been here before, you might be a bit overwhelmed. So you get in through the door. It's like almost a how do you say air. I'm losing my words completely. It's like going through a tunnel where you go through from the everyday life to
Airlock?
nightlife. Airlock.
Airlock.
Yes, airlock. As you come in through the main doors, there's a coat check immediately. They will obviously charge you guys for that. And you hang your coats in. Of course, lots of other people are hanging their coats in too because it's January. And then you go in and you will find there are bouncers standing around. They have jackets with the logo on the back. The main dance floor itself is enormous. We're talking like 10,000 square feet of dance floor. You have to basically go down a couple of steps to get to the dance floor. All the loudspeakers are directed right down onto the dance floor, so people can just feel the rhythm in the floor. But it's several stories, this place, and there is like a mezzanine on the second floor going around, wrapping around the dance floor. And right above the dance floor, there's 3 platforms that you can go up to by spiral staircases from the dance floor, and then you can dance on those platforms as well. Around the sides here on the bottom floor, there are booths lining the walls, and at least 2 bars that you can order from, including tables for anyone who wants to indulge in some beverage and such like. Yeah, that's just what you can see from this place. There are stairs going up and down and every...
I remember one of the players being told specifically to go to some specific person and say a specific thing. I completely forgot what was specifically said, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were told to go to talk to some guy called Sir Henry Johnson.
Got it.
There's some dancers out on the dance floor who are slamming. They're like punks, of course. There's like several different groups. There's one group of punks, black leathers and studs. Another group of, shall we say, college frat boys, stuffing around and strutting around in their stuff.
It truly is Switzerland.
What was that?
It truly is Switzerland with the punks and the frat bros.
Yes, quite. So yeah, where are we looking for this elusive person?
So, should we ask around?
You could do that. If Sir Henry Johnson is a vampire such as yourselves, you could try and look at people and see if they're vampires.
Oh my goodness, I have...
None of you have aura reading, so you can't just check their auras for it.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna ask around for Sir Henry Johnson.
Alright.
I'm gonna use Blood Surge for this one.
Oh my god. That's intense. You get... Oh my god, it's a messy... So we start the adventure by Tony's beast having a success and making things messy. I'm gonna give you compulsion. I feel.
Dominance!
Dominance! That seems wildly appropriate for this. You're gonna just, what, grab someone and just tell them,
I guess, yeah.
Who are you just picking up? Anyone sitting around?
Maybe not picking up, but definitely perhaps verbally demeaning.
Absolutely. That's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna roll a die, and let's see if you are lucky.
Like,
And
basically throw out insults the same way an ape throws shit.
if I roll like an 8, 9, or 10, you're gonna strike luck tonight. Huh!
If
You're
there's any
lucky.
justice in the world, it'll be a frat
Good
boy.
luck.
So you just grab a guy who is in a business casual suit. And like,
Listen here, shitface. I'm looking for a Sir Henry Johnson.
hey man, cool it. Sir is over there. Just talk to him over there. What's the fucking wrong with you? A bouncer will start coming up
Get the
towards
fuck
you
out of my
immediately.
face, and I let him go.
A bouncer is coming up to you immediately. What are we doing with the bouncer?
Yeah? I say, yeah? Huh?
Do we have a problem here?
No. We had issue, but it's been settled between us.
He's a beefy boy, this bouncer. There's an obvious reason why he was chosen for this particular occupation.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want any more trouble for you tonight, or you're out. You understand me?
I hear you.
But he pointed in the right direction, didn't he, the guy? You lucked out with that.
I'm curious about something. I want Sylvester to activate Sense the Unseen, as he is also just looking about for anything that might be hidden.
Anything that might be
Hidden,
Hidden?
supernaturally.
yeah, like Nosferatu and whatnot. Your gaze will sweep the room. And as you do, I'm gonna roll a thing. And we'll see what happens.
Talking about part in a warehouse. Great bit of trivia from the British illegal rave scene. There was once this party in an abandoned warehouse in Blackburn, and the police were trying to shove the doors open with their van, push the whole thing open. But it wasn't going anywhere because the ravers inside had found a forklift and were pushing back in the opposite direction.
You shit!
As it turns out, there's not one vampire here, but two. Sylvester will not see anyone hidden. You will not see any ghosts, you will not see any Nosferatu trying to skulk around. But even as your gaze is sweeping across the dance floor, you will notice that one of the punks, who looks pretty outlandish, is definitely dead. He has a safety pin in his nose, he has like a tattoo in his forehead, another tattoo over his ear that looks like a dagger, and otherwise he looks like really a skinhead but he has a leather jacket rather than a bomber jacket. And he's slamming it with these other punks on the dance floor with their Doc Martens and jeans really hard. While, of course, you've been pointed towards a gentleman in a booth called apparently Sir. He looks like a large, dark complexioned fellow. He had long sideburns that wrap all the way down his cheeks. And shall we say, fairly sharp and pointed nose. So these people are here, and who is going to talk to whom, I wonder? Are we talking to Sir, or are we talking to the other guy?
Well, I'm talking to Henry Johnson.
Very well. Henry Johnson is sitting in a booth together with 3 other gentlemen, all dressed in suits. They are very businesslike people. And what was that?
I say to the group, which one of you is Henry Johnson?
Sir is looking up. Yes.
All right, and I've been sent by Mr. Modius with a letter for GM. What's the Prince of Chicago's name again?
Loden.
Louis?
Loden.
Loden. Okay, for Loden.
Really, sir? You come here just bursting into my little soiree. You are quite lucky that My company here is quite inebriated already. Otherwise, it could have consequences just speaking like that without any care to whose ears. Has nobody taught you manners, sir?
I just stare him down, not even dignify him with a response.
Oh, is it gonna be a stare down? It's gonna be a stare down, folks. We have a stare down. Before we get to the stare down, though, Sylvester, are we acting on the thing you saw on the dance floor?
I think Sylvester will just note it in the back of his mind that, yep, that guy's definitely the vampire, but seeing as his companion has likely found their target, he's gonna move over yonder to chatting.
Very well. How about Goldtooth?
Yeah, Charlie will also have gone over to Henry Johnson since with his senses, would he have known about the other vampire, or is it only Sylvester who?
It depends on if you're keeping your eyes out looking. But we can see. Why don't you roll wits and awareness check, and I'm gonna have to ask you for 4 successes because of the dark and the movement and the people. So you'll need
There's a lot going on here.
You're gonna need every single success here. Which you don't have yet. Are we spending a willpower to get those successes, or are we just fine with missing it?
Fine with missing it. We'll just go over with.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sir is sitting there. Yes, I'm not sure what you want me to do. Oh, there's more of you, he says, as he's looking at the rest of you. I think most of you can quickly recognize that this vampire is drunk.
You don't say.
I do. Why don't we get my friends out of here, shall we? And he just ask you for some help to manhandle his drunk lawyer friends to a different booth. Or you take a different booth altogether, and he sits there with you. Yes, very well. You have a... Who sent you? To me? Modius?
It wasn't exactly Modius, but another guy by the name of... What's the name of the gangrel? Who
Lucian.
recommended we...
I feel like we need to have a whole bunch of NPCs updated in this. I'm gonna do it between sessions in the interest of time, but yeah, we're gonna need to have NPCs added, let's just say. I'm gonna need to add a category there too. But yeah, go ahead. So, yes, Lucian.
Wide.
Yes, Lucian. Oh, my good old friend Lucian. Yes. How is the good old chap these days?
We only
Right up to
were
me.
recently acquainted, but he recommended we see you.
Good on him. I like that he's still that man. Allegedly, he served with Julius Caesar. The Caesar. Can you imagine all the history he must
Well,
have
good
seen?
for him. What, you want me to give him a medal?
He's gonna look towards Sylvester and Goldtooth. Your friend really has a bit of an attitude, doesn't he? What is he? An anarch? Bruja? That kind of thing?
I think he just likes getting to the...
Well, no matter. You said you wanted to see Loden. Did I hear you right?
Yes.
You truly are out of towners, aren't you? Nobody gets to meet Loden. He never sees anyone anymore. I don't think anyone's seen him in a year.
Why did he write a letter inviting us?
He wrote a letter inviting you? Oh, oh dear.
He-
Oh, you are in a bit of bother then, aren't you?
He sent a letter to this and was like, oh yeah, this new fledgling should actually be part of Chicago and not scary and blah, 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 about that.
Terribly sorry, old chap, but I have no idea about all those boundary issues. I know some of our kind are terribly invested in politics and intrigues and so on. Me, I simply enjoy the kindred spirit, as it were, and all the offerings we have. You have to enjoy. No, but if you really need to go, I suppose I can get you a little bit on your way. You have to see Neely. That's who you have to see. Neely, you see, he's the Prince of Seneschal.
Initial?
Shit, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word.
What is this guy, the Prince of Yappin?
He's not the Prince of the Japans. He's the Prince of Chicago. The Japans are on the other side of it. So, to get to go to Neely, I know just the place for you to go to. It's close by here, just a few blocks away. It's basically a hole-in-the-wall club. The cave. You want to go to the cave. You should ask for Horace. He's kindred. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll set you on your way. I'm afraid I go to this place, that's what I do, and looking next to each one of you. Oh my, you really are. Yes, not a breath among you, is there? Oh, except for you. It looks to Leopold, who's standing next to the booth and just has his arms crossed. No, you go to the cave, you ask for Horace, tell him I sent you, speak to him, and he'll know how to get you set up with Neely. Yes, Neely.
Oh, no point wasting any more time here. Let's get going.
We are effective.
One more thing. Who's the manager of this club?
Oh, the manager. Well, there's two. If one is the more public-facing one, but I guess you are asking about the one who is kin with us, aren't you?
Whoever I might ask to have a little band, but Rex might be looking to play a couple places in Chicago.
No, he just leaves.
That would be Mr. Thornhill. He's up in his penthouse most frequently. I don't know if he's here tonight, though. We had the most splendid bash last night for New Year's. Happy New Year, gentlemen. Happy New Year. I hope
Happy New
this
Year,
year of
indeed.
our Lord, 1991, will teach you excellently. I really do hope so. Are you sure you don't want to have a drink before you go? These gentlemen over there are excellent. I fed them the most exquisite wines I could find here tonight. No champagne tonight. That was last night, of course. Also some brandy of a vintage I particularly enjoy. So I can assure you, they have some nice spirits to them, if you take my meaning. Yeah.
I definitely take what you mean. Yeah.
Feel free to indulge. They're there for your pleasure, you know.
Oh, yeah, just one more thing. Is Mr. Thornhill, is he the kindred one or the other one?
Yeah, introduce one of Clan Ventures. Very important young chap or old chap. Who keeps track of that anyway, right?
When he said that Thornhills was in his penthouse, did he gesture upwards, implying that he lives on the top floor of the club, or else?
Wave upstairs, but if it's here or somewhere else, it's kind of hard to make out with Sir's inebriation. While you're thinking about that, Tony, you are of course headed out and wanting to get out of here together with all the others.
Yep.
And as you are, one of the punks there that I already described to Sylvester, but you definitely missed, is kind of coming up to you there, and his eyes are half closed, really, he's almost like he's squinting, and he's walking up to you and, Hey, brother.
What?
Brother, welcome. I haven't seen you run this place before, man. I'm Genghis. How's it hanging? And he's gonna, give you 5 or whatever. Tony, cool. New in town?
No.
All right.
Just don't come here frequently.
Huh. Yeah, okay. I haven't seen you around in any of the meetings yet. Why come you don't hang out, man? Oh, maybe you don't know.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
He's gonna lean into you very closely. Anarchs, man. We're it, right? I get it. If you're from out of town, you haven't hooked up with the network yet, but...
Get the fuck out of my sight.
The fuck,
I just
man?
pushed him.
The fuck's your problem, man?
I don't talk with mentally disabled.
Oh my god. Was that an insult? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was insulting in some way, so he's gonna have to roll for his frenzy check out here, and because he is a Bruja, he gets a -2 on that roll. He has a difficulty of 2, -2. He makes it, no problem. He's just stepping back and just snarling at you. You know what? We're gonna activate. Oh, why don't you roll your manipulation presence? No, you roll your, you roll your composure intelligence.
Composure intelligence. I guess I'll reroll then.
He succeeds.
Willpower reroll.
Willpower reroll.
Or does he?
Oh my
He
god!
does.
He's gonna stare at you. Now it's a staring contest, and he's trying to intimidate you with his staring contest. Social conflict. Intimidation. Social combat. Resolve and intimidation from his side. Fuck's your problem, man? And he's just staring at you. And he doesn't get to add his presence dice. How are you responding to his stare down attempt?
I try and just leave the situation. He isn't even worth talking to.
Alright. Dexterity. What could it be? Dexterity. It's not
Dexterity.
gonna be...
Dexterity resolve?
Yeah, why not? We can combine it that way. I don't feel like athletics is really the thing here.
Yeah. More like just having the resolve to not just immediately go back into the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And
of course
honestly,
we're gonna
I'm
have a
not
bouncer
even...
who wants to throw you out because it's the second time something involving you happens.
Yeah, and I don't even have to roll. I'm just going to take half the successes.
And that gets you 3?
Yep.
Alright then, so he will take a point of willpower damage from being so humiliated on the dance floor.
Yeah, he just got completely snubbed there.
Yep.
called an idiot directly to his face and just... Yeah.
That's another frenzy check. How much? Wait, that's bad because he has. It's not actually. I'm gonna give it a +1 damage for him because there's so many people watching, but it's only mortals for the most part, so he doesn't really care that much. But yeah, I'll have him roll another check here. I'm gonna blood surge that because I don't think he wants to actually go frenzy here. Willpower roll that. This man does not have a good night, my friends.
Oh.
Okay, he's gonna use his last willpower to just leave this place without doing anything bad. Good for you! The bouncer is coming up again to you. Time to get out of here.
I was just about to.
And Goldtooth Charlie and Sylvester, you're gonna come after and see this little kerfuffle having happened?
I think Sylvester might take up on the offer of the very drunk lawyers.
Ah, okay, fair enough. That's great. Sylvester will drink a little bit, and this is a nice place, hidden. People around here are just gonna assume that Sir is a very gay man because they've seen him kissing these other gentlemen all night. This is definitely gay corner, right?
This is a gay corner.
Yep. I don't know that everybody around you are super tolerant about that because it's 1991, but nobody's gonna come up and mess with you for the moment because there's bouncers everywhere.
Switzerland.
What was that?
It is Switzerland.
It's Switzerland. Let's see if you're gonna slake one thirst, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what kind of vessel temperament you might be getting tonight. Fleeting. Ah, that's something. It's gonna be valid for the next scene.
What does it do?
It's gonna be melancholic. And as we all know, I don't. Melancholic helps. It's earth, helps you with thinking. So one of these lawyers, the one you were drinking from, was clearly depressed and very intellectual. That sounds like a lawyer thing, maybe?
Yeah, no, that sounds exactly like the lawyer.
Yeah. Drinking is ours way.
Exactly. So, let's see. I'm gonna have to look here.
Does that mean for like the next hour all you can do is worry about whether you're going to make partner?
Exactly. Fortitude or obfuscate gains a bonus. Yeah.
Well, I do have obfuscate.
Yeah, so with fleeting, it's gonna only be for like the next scene, but I do believe that you get, isn't it a +1 bonus or something? Effects of temperament. No immediate and mechanical effect because it's fleeting, except as thin blood alchemy ingredient. But yeah, okay, flavor, even the fleeting temperaments flavor the blood sufficiently to justify buying dots in their associated disciplines. So, boosting your obfuscate, isn't that nice? But you're not actually going to get any bonuses immediately from it. But you feel good, don't you? This is you drinking something from, just the sweet nectar. Goldtooth Charlie, what are you doing? Are you also indulging? I don't think you will be, because you're already all set, aren't you?
Charlie already had his fill of the redneck special last night.
Indeed, he did. With that, we're all leaving the club, aren't we? Which is a perfect moment for a break. So we're gonna take a break here for 5 minutes and then we will be back.
I'll be back in a sec.
Indeed.
Sylvester is feeling a little bit melancholic drunk,
Yes.
thinking about life.
It's so sad, everything.
What happens when a vampire dies? Do they go to hell? just standing outside, being like that.
Since there's oblivion in the first death, that's probably what happens in the second death. Nothing. Or maybe it's a situation where you just get dragged so quickly back into undeath that you don't get a chance to see what's on the other side, really. But it's probably oblivion.
Sylvester is like partially an occultist due to him having certain delusions. I guess that's something he thinks about once in a while.
Yeah, you're a Malcav.
I am the satanic panic. I am the problem.
I'm eating some microwaved donut holes.
Yo. I'm having ice cream.
What'd you say?
I feel like
I'm having ice cream. It's vanilla covered in a layer of raspberry and pomegranate and chocolate on the outside.
Oh, damn.
One of the few times where Norwegian ice cream is actually good. Oh, well, it might be Swedish though, I don't know.
That fucking anarch really fought. He fought!
Yep.
If I was gonna find another Bruja willing to just mindlessly join the anarchs.
He was wrong.
Honestly, I feel like that makes me more Bruja than the other Bruja. Because all the other Bruja are anarchs, so if I don't join the anarchs, that makes me more of a rebel.
Hmm. Indeed.
It's just a matter of time before one of the princes realizes how much your face fits with the anarchs and asks you to go undercover for them.
That would never happen.
No.
The weird part is, I think Sylvester would have had a better outlook on the anarchs if it wasn't for that one guy that trashed the party.
I'm gonna be honest, if that situation ever happened, I'd probably just directly say, I called one of the members of the anarchs basically the arsler. No, I can't do it.
Here we are in the streets.
I wonder if any of you say anything about that whole incident with Genghis.
He never even... Yeah, he called himself Genghis, so you know his name. Woohoo!
Yeah, and also Charlie saw it.
Yep.
I guess Charlie was just like, going for some kind of record in how many people you can make hate you tonight.
Maybe.
I think I
But to
overheard
be
you.
fair, that one was some fucking driveling fuckwit anarch.
Oh. So is that why you got thrown out?
Suppose to give us the advantage if we ever have to make nice with any of these people, we can just break the ice by talking about what a dick you are.
I wasn't lying when I said I wasn't good at people.
You're more of a guns blazing person then? I don't know.
I'm good at breaking people, not talking to them.
Yeah, I kind of figured after that party. You could say I'm the opposite. That's why I have a Leopold with me, just in case.
Huh. Kiss ass.
It helps in some occasions.
This hole in the wall place, the Cave Club, have any of us heard of that?
That is going to be a tougher question, isn't it?
Probably not Tony.
Let's have a look here, because that's actually obscure information. Let's have a look. We have ourselves one Goldtooth Charlie. You do have some criminal contacts. I'm not sure. Why not? You can roll intelligence Streetwise. You could add your contacts. How do we add those?
5 plus free. Oh, that's for my. I'm also doing this because I also have criminal contacts.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, depends on what. Is this establishment?
And
I
the
guess it's
difficulty
not.
will be a 5.
I guess it's not related to the Rockstar subculture.
Not at all.
Oh, no, okay.
No.
I'm curious.
How many more do I get for my criminal contacts?
3 dice.
It was worth a try.
Yep. Yep, it was. You never heard of it.
Should
Is
I
what
give
it
it
is.
a go at least?
4 successes. Do you want to willpower that, or do you not know about it? That was a close one. It was like, huh.
I'll just not know about it. I'm trying to preserve what little willpower I have.
Fair.
Give it a go.
As a piece of game advice for those who haven't played V5 before, when you need more willpower points, put your experience points into resolve and composure. That also helps ward off the beast when that is needed. Anyhow, at least you've got some kind of direction, a couple of blocks down, and if you haven't heard about it, just using your streetwise and intelligence the way you just did, Goldtooth, who has the most successes, will be able to orient in these streets as the snow keeps coming down to finally get you to some kind of place that probably must be the right spot. It's going to take a little while. You're walking up and down streets, but finally you're probably going to find a place, which turns out to be a door. Yep, it's a door. Yay.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's no other bars or clubs around this place. You've basically left the nightclub district. The entrance is a dingy and dirty, and there's a flickering neon sign that you just missed the first time probably, but then you saw it, which says The Cave in white, and the white really stands out against the grimy blackness of the door and the wall behind. There is an electronics store that's the front of the building. And it's all heavily barred and closed for the day with someone has rolled down the safety roll down type of bar barrier to make sure that nobody smashes the windows and doesn't smash and grab. Heavily padlocked. But the door itself, it's right there. Yeah, you can actually access it and get in there if you want. And as you do, because obviously that's what you want to do, you will...
Silence.
What was that?
Awkward silence.
Awkward, exactly. I guess Leopold is taking point here, at least he's walking in front of Sylvester, just in case. Yeah, you're coming down a few steps. A long dark hallway is leading into the dark beyond. There's another door at the far end of this hallway. It's not very decorated, but what it does display is odd, I guess. Every couple of feet on both sides of this hallway hangs an antique door knocker You can see lions, gargoyles, mermaids, unicorns. Yeah.
Huh.
There's not a door associated with them.
Oh,
Just on
okay.
the
What
wall.
kind of fucking Resident Evil puzzle bullshit is this?
Yeah, no, there's no doors associated with any of that. It's just
With many
door
knockers?
knockers, literally.
This is like the film Labyrinth, and they're going to start talking to us.
Possibly.
Alright, if we have to do some specific code for the knocks, I'm gonna flip my shit.
There is a door right ahead, and it's not even locked. It's just a swing door that you can get into easily enough.
I guess I'll take point and push it open and head in.
Okay, you will get into the place, which looks very much like a cave, a very dingy cave.
Perhaps even
It's a circular
cave party.
room. It's damp. It's dark. The ceiling is crisscrossed with metal beams. The floor is just concrete, and there's some high-back wooden booths along one wall, but most of the seating here is just tables. And most of the people around here are blue-collar types. They drink beer. You can feel the smell of beer very clear. And if they want anything stronger, it might be bourbon. There's a couple of tables that are full, groups of 2 or 3. It's kind of quiet here. There's going to be probably some Bruce Springsteen playing. There's a couple of people by the bar. One is a large burly man with a few gray hairs, and one is a woman who is maybe in her later 30s and very curvy still.
I look so I look towards Sylvester. You mind using that weird shit to see who's who?
Well, Sylvester doesn't actually have
No, just
aura perception,
just-
so he can't.
Tony doesn't know a lot about fucking avians. He just knows that they're schizos.
no. I have some powers that will help with things hidden, but
The
you know,
locals here will briefly look up towards you as you're coming in, but since none of you is actually, I guess the one person who stands out the most from this crowd is actually Goldtooth. No, wait, you're all having tuxes and stuff, aren't you? Except Sylvester.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're looking up at you because they're dressed with leather jackets, denim jackets, parkas.
Sylvester will be dressed with
I get it. We're a queer-looking bunch.
a leather jacket by now.
Yeah,
Tony forgot to bring a switch of clothes with him.
which means
Didn't
that
think he needed it.
Genghis should have approached Sylvester, not Tony. But never mind that. I had completely forgotten about your
Maybe
gear for tonight.
But it depends on if they
smelled
change.
the brouhaha off me. He
Though
knew.
I guess the bling on top of the tux gives you away as a ganger, and also your ganger tattoos. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gangers
and
can
also-
recognize other gangers, even when they're dressed in a tux. Let's go. What are we doing here at the cave?
Just because I'm in a tuxedo doesn't mean you don't know.
Exactly.
Can you not curse, father? Sorry, my father is being a little bit wacky. Anyway, more politely this time, looking for Horace.
Horace?
His name actually is Horus, like the Egyptian
Horus.
god. But you could deliberately slightly pronounce it off. So if you ask a civilian who doesn't know, it just sounds like Horace.
Tony's Hispanic, so he'd probably pronounce it Oris, since the H is silent usually.
Yeah, that's fair.
In Spanish.
He's like, what will you be having, gentlemen? Says the lady. I'm Maureen. What can I do for you tonight? While the big burly guy is cleaning a couple of glasses and putting away and then looking over all of you. And
We're looking for a guy named Doris.
I'm sure I don't know who that is, says Maureen.
All right, is there any way All right, can I use insight Or,
You can absolutely do that.
yeah, so insight wits, don't you think? Or
Yeah, you can do that.
and yeah, see if she's lying.
Oh, she'd definitely be lying.
All right, I'm gonna try and do a charisma persuasion with negotiation to change her mind.
Ooh.
And by the way, I am going to try and do a bribery as well.
Then.
And give me a sec. Charisma, persuasion, negotiation. What are you rolling
Thanks.
for her? Like resistance?
Yeah.
All right, chat. As in the other two players, should I use a blood surge? Fuck it, I'm gonna
Go
roll
for
a
it.
coin. Roll a coin. 2 yes, 1 no. Okay then, guess not.
Apparently not.
Damn, hell yeah.
A messy critical. That's also a problem. I guess we get a compulsion. So, yay. For you.
Paranoia.
Paranoia. Okay then.
Sure.
That's gonna be... You already did your dominance thing before, so you don't have a -2 anymore for that. So that's fine.
Oh yeah, I did that a while ago.
You did that a
multiple
while
times.
ago. Absolutely.
I completely snubbed that one dude. I
Oh
manhandled that other
yes,
guy.
absolutely. Your beast was absolutely terrible to people, so...
Yeah,
that
the
is
beast was very happy in that club.
Very. Growl. Okay, we are in a social setting here. You are gonna treat everyone with suspicion, trying to get out of any and all engagements. Until you do that, you have a -2.
Got it. So here's what I say to it. I pull out some, I give her some, pull out some cash, and I say, "Is there anything that could change your mind?"
I'm surely going to get to your order just in a moment, hon. Just sit down, and everything will be sorted for you.
Thank you.
And I think we're gonna roll a... What is your wits and insight?
Wits and insight.
Observing that you have a -2 because of your current paranoia. So you only have 3 dice right now.
Oof.
But others might have wits and insight enough.
Just one. Amazing job.
Yes. Goldtooth Charlie, do you want to do a wits and insight? Sylvester, wits and insight is like amazing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, go ahead. Insight this away.
Yeah, I want to get a read on this person
Yeah.
to say if this is something said between the lines. What's an insight?
Oh yeah, with
Wow.
5 successes you have the social situation down pat. Maureen, while Fred is the big guy who's cleaning out the glasses, is clearly there to guard Maureen customers and you if you do anything bad. Because he's big and bulky, like he is about the size of a barn door, and his forearms are as hairy as a gorilla's almost, and definitely as sturdy. He has hands the size of baseball mittens, basically. Maureen is talking in code. The subtext here is, we're not talking about that stuff openly. Just hold your horses and wait and see how this goes. That's the subtext. She will walk past you and smell of some kind of very cheap perfume as she does. Fred smells mostly of lots of sweat and beer. Like all the other people here. So what are we doing, folks?
Sylvester will kind of just whisper to, was it, forgot your character's name, during the Tony?
Tony.
Good one. It seems they're talking in a bit of code here.
Good.
Very well.
Do you want anything labeled? Oh wait, you're driving.
Leo is driving. I don't know. Hey, I can have one beer. It's gonna be fine, right?
Yeah. Oh, do you want perhaps a virgin screwdriver? That one is pretty good.
I look towards Charlie with desperate, pleading eyes. Oh no.
Do you think we can get one of those here? He says.
It's just orange juice and vodka. That's probably not that hard to do.
It's orange juice without the vodka.
So just orange juice.
Yeah. That's what the word virgin screwdriver is.
Oh, I didn't hear the virgin part.
Mm.
Charlie will just lean over and say, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Even if he ends up dead drunk, one of us can drive back.
Fair enough.
It's just the idea of...
Leo will order a beer.
I don't know. Whenever I think of Sylvester driving, I get this weird shiver down my spine. I don't know why.
He's gonna whisper. Leo's gonna whisper to the rest of you. I heard your presentation stuff last night, and apparently the whole masky thing is important for you guys. So I'm doing my part here to help you guys cover it. It would be weird if none of us had a drink, right? We're in a bar.
Yeah, that was the idea.
He's gonna grab a bud.
Oh my gosh, a Bud Light.
Yes.
We are going to fucking all die in a car crash. This is how this campaign's gonna end.
Yes, it will. But you will only take superficial damage in half of it, and Leo.
I don't know, man. With how bad they're driving, they might be able to do it. Drive directly into a volcano.
Let's see now. There's a rag of a newspaper lying around on one of the chairs. It's called Tell It All. And there's some kind of big... It's like one of those National Enquirer things you buy at the supermarket that has all the conspiracy nonsense on the front page. Like... Yeah.
So the paper equivalent of that Alex Jones clip where he just repeatedly says, "True."
Yes, exactly that.
President at the moment.
That would be George H.W. Bush.
The Gulf War hasn't happened yet, has it? 'Cause it's happening this year.
It's gonna happen this year, exactly, yeah.
Looking around the bar or club or whatever it is, are there any like people that kind of stick out, like other than the people behind the bar?
Not really, no.
Got it. We're the only ones here. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, no, you're not the only ones here. There's
not the only ones. I mean, I was gonna say something else, but I didn't decide to finish my sentence.
We have the main character syndrome, may not we stick out no matter what.
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe. You
Forget
don't
about
look like
fun,
construction
okay?
workers, is what I'm saying. You don't look like you're, like, from around here.
Two criminals and one glam rocker walks into a bar.
Exactly.
Sounds like the beginning of a really...
For some reason, my mouse is suddenly really slow with a scroll speed, and I have no idea why.
A fucked up gay porno, that's what I was gonna say.
What? What was that?
Very delayed answer.
Like delayed action Tourette syndrome.
That too.
You say that because I actually literally do have Tourette syndrome.
This is also
That isn't even a joke.
Okay, now no, it's still super slow. I'm sorry about that, folks. Why is it
If
so
only
slow?
if I even have the version of it where you curse, yeah.
There was a documentary about somebody with Tourette's syndrome who said he really wanted to be in the army and be a sniper, but that just wouldn't be possible because he'd just end up shouting, "I'm here." He wouldn't be able to stop himself.
Something about an animal man seized by a police. That's what the... It's going to take you about 30 minutes until Fred is looking over to you guys. And he's pointing towards the staff entrance. He's like just doing this with a head, like nodding that way.
Sylvester is gonna pat Leopold on the back. Alright. Join me with it.
Yep.
Head in the staff entrance.
Indeed. Inside the staff entrance are several doors, but you can hear voices coming from behind one of them very clearly. So...
Oh, well, this is one where I definitely can use the sensors just to hear at least a few seconds of the conversation before we go in.
We're all agreed then? Yeah, okay, go ahead, let's do it.
Yep. We're going in.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, so you are getting into this storeroom.
The crate room.
Where you see one gentleman lying on the floor. And... oh, I didn't mean to make him invisible. Sorry about that. Why is my scroll speed so slow? It's very frustrating. Anyway, yeah, you are coming in. This is a storeroom, as I said. There is a bunch of crates. It's obviously the stuff they need for the bar and all sorts of things. And there's a whole bunch of quite tough-looking bikers. Leathers, studs, the whole 9 yards. Someone has, like, pilot goggles that are around their neck now.
I love the bottom guy's hair. It's so fucking stupid.
Someone has, yeah, he has, like, a mohawk and
No,
shaved
I like to
sides.
think it looked exactly like that. And Tony holds back a snicker.
And in the middle of the floor, inside a trunk, actually, lies this gentleman who is dressed in a suit with a nice little bow tie, as it were. And a man is standing above him in a casual business suit. He's wearing jeans and a blazer, and he has a tie. And he's holding a stake right over the heart of the guy who is lying in the trunk. And he has a mallet in the other hand, and the moment you come in, bam, 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 he just strikes that stake right into the heart of the other guy.
Gnarly.
And he stands up. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, gentlemen. Starting without my other guests. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Please come in. I had no idea we'd have your illustrious company here tonight. But I'm quite pleased that you are here because you can arbitrate this particular night's bet, as it were. I can present to you. He's not going to be able to answer you, I don't think. You understand his predicament, of course. Mr. Eric Wise is lying here in this trunk. And me and these gentlemen here, good friends of mine all, you can see on their jackets, they have a biker tag. Like, they have patches, I should say. Biker patches. And the biker name for this particular club is the Wolf Pack.
Oh, fuck.
And, they will be introduced. My name is Horace, by the way. I believe you spoke to Sir earlier this night, did you not?
Yes,
Yes, welcome. Let me introduce the rest of the group, shall I? Who am I missing here? Oh, there we go. Yes, of course. Here we go. This is A-Wipe. Over there we have Dread. We also have Sledge here. It's their mechanic. He is still breathing. Over there is Ramrod. And finally, of course, we have their leader, Tyrus. Tyrus will look you all over. He has a bandana over his head as well, and just stares at you.
You know what this guy reminds me of? That series, it's like one of the Marvel spin-off series. I forget who the main character was called, but his father was a neo-Nazi supervillain called the White Dragon. So it reminds me of.
We have a bet here between myself and Tyrus here. Mr. Wise, Eric, he contends that he can escape from the steel-banded trunk at the far end of the room in less than 2 minutes, despite having a stake through his heart, which is, of course, preposterous. Kindred cannot move once they've been staked, right? But Tyrus and the bikers here, they brought him here and they are betting in favor of him. Gentlemen, is this a possibility at all? What do you think?
I'm in favor of rooting for the underdog. Here. I'm rooting for you, Stakeheart.
He can't move, so you don't know if he's actually able to reply in any way or nod, or if he wants to nod. He is commonly known as paralyzed. Horace will frown a bit when you say that, but Tyrus will apparently look appreciatingly at you. That's the spirit, man. He's eyeing you all. You're not anarchs, are you?
No.
Good.
In fact,
Good.
yeah.
Keep on the right side of the law and you won't have any problems with us. Not that we really enforce the law around here. We're just passing through.
I will say, I don't know if he can do it or not, but it'd be good to have a camera on him. And so if he does do it, we at least know how he did it.
We don't have a camera around here.
We could have one guy to keep watch.
No, the whole point, says Genghis, the whole point is that he is inside the trunk and then he has to get out of the chains and everything. Come on, don't ruin the trick here.
Yeah. Like a little Kindred Houdini, isn't it?
Oh,
Exactly.
oh no, I get it, yeah.
Don't ruin the fucking trick now. Indeed. Sorry, I haven't caught all your names, says Horace. Let's see now. I've introduced you to this little crowd here. What are your names?
I'm Tony.
Tony, very good to meet you, old chap. He's gonna shake your hand.
I'll
Charlie?
Sylvester.
Very good. Mr. Sylvester. Very good. Charlie, Sylvester, what would your bets be?
I know.
You fucking non-believer. God.
Well, and then he'll just have to prove me wrong, won't he?
I guess. Yeah, Horace apparently likes that you say this.
Yeah, maybe there's some trick to it.
Maybe. Maybe the battery's just going, who knows? Anyway,
Because Charlie's never hasn't been around vampires and doesn't know vampire law. We'll just look down at the guy in the box and say, so if you pull that out, will he just wake straight back up again?
everybody's just looking at you like you are. Some of this guy is just laughing out loud. You don't know shit, do you? Wow, were you made yesterday?
That was about 8 months back.
Well, yeah, you were made yesterday. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Yeah, he's being packed into the trunk, and the minutes will start ticking down. Place your bets if you want now, gentlemen.
Yeah, I've already placed my bets. I'm
Yeah.
a believer.
And
How's chat feeling? Mikael, how is chat feeling?
chat is feeling nothing at all, I think.
Chat, come on, we need some believers.
There is no one in chat. We don't
I
currently
fucking
have
hate
any
all of you,
actual
chat.
viewers.
You fucking bastards.
That's
Brutus. I
And,
spit in
Charlie
your
would-
face.
Anyway.
Charlie will be using his enhanced hearing to know as much as possible about what's going on in the box.
That means that after about a few seconds, you're gonna hear him move. The whole staking part apparently didn't stop him from moving. It's gonna take a few seconds. I'm gonna say it's gonna take a minute and 45, and then you hear him move, and then eventually. How much are you betting on this? Because right now they're taking bets of up to $5,000, but if you're down to $10, people are just gonna shrug. But that's okay.
I'm betting $10. I'm not that invested in this.
Well, Eric will in fact step out, and there is blood coming out from his chest, of course. But
Believers stay winning here.
yes. Whomever bet against it will lose their money, obviously.
Oh no, my $15.
Yes, your $15 are gone, never to be recovered. And people who believed in him will be applauding. While
Yeah.
Horace is looking very grumpy. And not very pleased at all. And I think your paranoia here, was it Tyrus? No,
Tony.
Tony. Who got the paranoia?
It was me.
Yeah, it was you. Okay, so your paranoia is absolutely stoked by this. So you have a -2 on all your rolls. Right now.
Understandable.
Understandable. Yeah. Mr. Wise will start healing his wounds, as it were. Because he needs that. It's gonna take a moment or 3, but...
Does he pull the stake out himself, or does it like pop out when he heals himself, or what?
Oh no, the stake was not in his chest when he came out. It's lying there on the ground. He's like, my shirt is a bit ruined, isn't it? He says. But,
Yeah, I probably should have taken it off before this little stunt.
a magician never reveals his secrets, does he? Pleasure to meet you. And he introduces himself to you as well. I'm Eric Wise. I'm always happy to perform in front of an audience. I am of Clan Tremere myself.
Oh. Yeah.
Happen to be an old friend of Tyrus here, so Tyrus is here.
Cool.
Very pleased when we were passing through.
Charlie, should we get into the brass tacks of this and talk about the letter?
What are we talking about?
About how we were sent by Henry to do the thing so we could deliver the letter to Loden, I think it was.
Horace will... Oh dear, gentlemen, you are straight to the point, aren't you? No fun at all. Just business, no pleasure. Very well, we shall do that, he says.
I can't speak for these two. In terms of...
I have an office, of course, so why don't we go there, shall we? Excuse me, gentlemen, we'll have to go to the side for the moment, but enjoy yourselves, why don't you? And we will leave the others behind for the moment, as you will have a chat with Horace in his office, which actually exists. It's a small, cramped thing. You go through, like, down back to the hallway, and then to the next room. There was another door there that you didn't go through because you didn't hear any noise from inside it. And it contains some filing cabinets, a telephone, a bunch of binders, possibly even a computer that is from the mid 80s, so DOS prompt and white text on black background, green text on black background. A bunch of papers on top of the actual desk, and Horace himself behind said desk. Very well, gentlemen. Now, we said we were going to have a chat about meeting Neely, yes? Sir did call me before you arrived. You are very brave to be in Chicago without protection.
Huh.
Yes, we were sent here.
Sent here, were you?
Yeah, by Modius.
Very well. Prince Modius. Prince of a small patch of rustlands. Hardly worth much in these parts, is it?
Yes, we were told that we should somehow contact Prince of Chicago's seneschal.
I think I just got a bug on my head, so that was fucked.
That is indeed the typical route of how one does business. Now, I do have questions for you. How do I know that you're actually from Gary?
Oh, alright, off game. Mikael, didn't he send us with a fang?
Yep.
Yeah, so I probably give it to Charlie, so I tap him on the shoulder. Show him the fang.
What is the thing?
The fang I gave you?
Apart from the letter, what was the thing?
Oh, you're directing that towards Mikael.
Oh, the letter. And there was two letters. One is for Loden, like the reply for the insult thing. The other is for a letter of safe conduct to show to any Chicago kindred that might give you grief.
Which is
So that one.
very convenient.
Yep. So what are we doing?
Yeah. So show him the letter.
I'll show him the right of protection.
Can I? He will break the seal and read it. And you think that carries any weight around here? I think you're still brave. He tosses it back to on the table. How do I know that this was given to you by Prince Modius? Maybe you ambushed his emissaries and took it from their ashes. Convince me.
Alright, I'm gonna try... So, Mikael, is there anything I could roll to maybe think of a response to that?
How good are your social skills?
Pretty decent. Persuasion, charisma is pretty good.
I'm thinking about insight, maybe, or...
Insight.
Etiquette is another thing?
Oh god, no, not etiquette. I'm fucked if it ever comes to etiquette.
Could do an impression of Modius?
I guess you can. That's gonna be a charisma performance, definitely.
Yeah. So Sylvester is gonna try to put on this performance of this old vampire with a bit of an ego.
Blah blah blah, you fucked my daughter, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna willpower reroll that because what the fuck?
That was interesting.
Oh no!
Kidding me?
Really, he did actually do that.
One success.
Sylvester does a very bad impression of this guy.
Sylvester basically does just exactly what I said.
Yeah, Horace will be like, who are you really working for? Are you working for the Anarchs?
Tony, after laughing a little bit, says, I'm sorry, he's a Malkavian.
Hey, listen, I've met the guy. I thought I could do an impression.
He's Malkavian.
So am I. What's it to you?
Oh, then you would understand the momentary lapse in judgment.
I don't know. How do I know I can trust any of you? Maybe you're here to send someone to stake me and take me out.
Oh,
okay. Just to buy time while somebody thinks of a better idea.
If you are going to go there and try to take out the prince, and they lead it back to me, have you thought about that?
Charlie will just look like he was thinking about something for a minute, and he just says, I know how you could do the stake trick. If you were wearing a chainmail vest, then when the stake was hammered in, it wouldn't touch your heart, it would just be metal in you. It'd be no different to if you just got like a scaffolding pole stuck in you or something. Then you could revive and pull it out yourself. It'd never have the effect wood has.
Maybe. But how do I know? How do I know I can trust you guys? Huh? You want me to call Neely for a bunch of complete unknowns, recently arrived in the city? I don't know. You will have to do better than that. That strange performance. Very eccentric, but I don't know.
Then... Never mind. I got nothing.
Someone
There's
wants
so
to,
many layers of security. How would any new vampire normally meet the prince? Since you're supposed to.
It's the prince who called us in, like the Prince of Chicago, right?
He gave
This is true. So if I
Modius
do not,
letter-
so if the prince sent for you and I do not send you there, then it will be my head anyway.
Yeah, but also another thing is that if you still need more proof, maybe we could get the letter that Loden sent, because
No, you
then
don't
that
have
would
that letter. It was basically scrapped. But you have the other letter, the letter he is supposed to hand over. But you'd have to finagle it to open it. But there's a seal and everything. Have you showed that letter yet?
Here's what Tony says. We have another letter directly for Loden himself that has a seal. Now,
Let me see it.
you
Let me see
could,
it.
if you want to read it yourself, finagle with the seal. But personally,
that might be a trap. Let me see it.
Yeah, don't open it. Maybe just look at the seal.
Okay, he's gonna look at the letter and he looks at the seal. This could be a forgery.
do you have anyone who is able to identify forgeries of this type?
No one I trust at the moment. Goldtooth Charlie, are you willing to do a charisma leadership thing here to maybe persuade him some way? Maybe Tony?
Yeah, I will try. I'm also just wondering, does Tony still have the paranoia compulsion?
Yes.
Yes, so he has a -2. But Goldtooth Charlie does not have. Do you have any compulsion still working at you?
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about mechanic there. I'm just thinking that there's two paranoid people sat across the table from each other.
Yes, there is right now.
Yeah, and Tony is... Oh, shit, he's gonna stake us. He's gonna kill us. We are gonna get fucking Stalin here.
Sylvester and Goldtooth, how are you gonna resolve this dilemma?
I guess we could, if possible, he could just phone the prince's number, because I got the prince's number at least to contact, was it the daughter who would like.
So you'll have Horace call Alicia or Modius. Yeah, okay, he'll try that. We'll try that. Maybe they can trace the call.
Yeah,
I know,
if you send
technology exists these days, doesn't it?
punk rocker, pimp, and angry Hispanic.
Horace is looking at all of you. But then they can trace the call, can't they? That sort of technology exists these days.
You think Modius has that? The
Roll a charisma, leadership, or
Wait.
persuasion to get him to do
Wait,
this.
I have pretty good charisma and persuasion, and I will be willing to use a blood surge for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait a minute. I have a question. Could I use negotiation as well?
Yes.
Okay, then. In that case, I'm going to roll...
Well, Sylvester's
Persuasion.
already way ahead of you.
We could also suggest that we could go to a public phone box some distance away, then it wouldn't trace back to his headquarters.
Yeah, maybe I'll make that argument.
Yeah, that works.
Oh my Jesus.
But it's 6 successes, so you should be fine.
I really don't want to continue this charade, so I'm gonna willpower reroll just to make sure.
So how many successes did you have in total?
8.
8. You know what? After much badgering, where those of you who know people... I'm actually going to roll a thing here. If you want to roll a wits and insight check, go ahead.
sure.
It's a roll
I guess.
off.
Like reading people.
Yeah, you like reading people. Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Sometimes.
Tony, as he's like desperately trying to convince Horace to calm the fuck down, is just thinking this shit is so stupid.
Horace will appear, as you have given various suggestions, he will appear much calmer, and he will, in fact, resume a poker face. Yes, this is amenable to me. You go to a phone booth not too far away, you call. You
Alright,
get
let's
provided...
do that.
Then I would have to come with you, wouldn't I? I will
No,
go
and
with
then
you
at that
together
point-
with a wolf pack, and together we make the phone call. Yes, that is amenable to me.
Yes. Yes, that sounds good.
So yeah, you're gonna find yourself outside.
Man, Horace out here really turned out to be a walking advertisement for the Anarch movement, huh?
Who?
Horace, he's really turning out to just be a walking advertisement for the Anarchists.
You
Like-
are making the phone calls. He is looking around. Surreptitiously, but he's looking around. And eventually he gets to speak to someone over there, and it seems like he is in fact satisfied with this. Very well. It seems to me like you are in fact the people that you say that you are. So let's go back to my office and I'll make a phone call. Poker face, complete poker face. There is absolutely smoothness to this man.
Yeah. I whisper towards Charlie. Fuck, that was convoluted.
Ever so slightly. Very well. When you finally get back into his office after all these backs and forths, I will get in touch with Prince Loden on your behalf, and I'll see what I can do. And he calls. It's a rotary phone. No, it's a button phone. But it's a landline with a cable, this spirally cable that those of us who are Gen Xers remember. And apparently you don't remember that kind of stuff at all. Who knows? Anyhow.
Although it's in my house.
Austin, that must have been such a strange scene to potentially walk into. 5 people in like nice suits, 5 other people in a fucking
Leathers. Yeah.
leather.
You
all
go out
next
the
to him.
back door, of course. You're not going through the actual bar.
All right, but still, the idea of someone seeing that at all is just pretty funny.
He's talking for a little while. Yes. Excuse me, my liege. I have a delegation from Modius in Gary. They claim to have a message for you. I don't know what it is. I will not, of course, interfere with any of that sort of business for you. Yes? Yes? Very well. Very well. Yes. Yes, of course, my liege. He passes the phone over to one of you. Who is going to take the phone?
Not me! Don't look at me! No! So no!
Yeah, Sylvester will accept the phone.
Fucking Malkavians.
Sylvester accepts the phone. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
On the other end of the phone, you will hear someone speak. Good evening. I am the one you seek, Prince Loden.
Good evening. I suppose your highness would be appropriate. I am Sylvester Bjormsson. The Prince of Gary has sent us as a delegation. Or are going to send us as a delegation.
There is no Prince of Gary, but be that as it may. Meet me at the Field Museum of Natural History at 3 a.m. Just tell the guard that you've come to see me and he'll let you in. I have given him the appropriate orders. It will not be a problem. And I'll see you there. Don't be late. Click.
Guess we're meeting the Prince of Chicago at the Natural History Museum. Cheers.
At 3 a.m., which is now about 7 hours away.
Oh, 7 hours away. In that case, I am fucking...
Yep, that might be the case. Before you leave the cave, though, are we gonna have a word with Horace or something? Are we just saying hi-bye?
I guess I say thanks for the help there, Horace.
Of course. I believe perhaps one day you might return the favor. Shall we call it a minor boon?
Whoa! Ooh. I think I'm gonna try and roll a persuasion to not do that.
Ooh.
Can I use negotiation?
You absolutely can.
What did he... Oh.
3 successes. Alright, let's see what Mr. Horace might have to say about...
Mikael roll, please, Mikael roll.
Let's see. Negotiation. This is gonna be a persuade check, isn't it? We're doing a persuasion thing. Alright, I'm gonna roll and we'll see what happens.
So how fucked?
It turns out that you are not the one who is, in your words, fucked. How are you framing this? You just did your duty, and why should I give you any boons for just doing your duty?
Alright, here's what I basically say to him. Bruh, all you did was do 2 phone calls. I am not doing a minor boon for you.
2 phone calls that could have gotten me into a great deal of trouble. What do you say to that? You're gonna win the exchange, but anyway.
Dude, be for real. Be for real, dude.
Maybe something to the effect of you making those phone calls meant that we got out of your hair really quickly, so it was in your own interest to make them.
Okay then. I'm gonna go with that, but on the inside, I am thinking just be for fucking real, dude.
Very well. Let's call it a professional courtesy this night, shall we?
Yeah.
Just do not expect me to help complete strangers free of pay in the future, will you?
I hear you.
Hmm. And so we leave the cave and hit the streets again at a time when you...
While we're in the car, I say to the group out loud, "Gee, I wonder why there's so many anarchs out and about." Fucking bureaucrat.
It's a mystery. It's a complete and utter mystery. You know what? You wanted to have some feeding, or do we want to do the feeding now, or do we want to pause and do that next time? How are we for blood here? Goldtooth is fine. Sylvester has already spent the blood he drank at the club.
Yep.
And Tony is quite hungry at this stage.
I am absolutely parched, my good man.
All right.
We do have 7 hours to spend.
You do have 7
Yeah.
hours to spend, absolutely.
50 hours to kill.
All right, let's do some hunting. And you are right down in the rack. So difficulty down here is normally a 2, but because this is the night after January 1st and everybody is not here, they're nursing their hangovers and having pizza, the difficulty will in fact be a 3.
Alright, so is this stealth plus dexterity?
Yes, please. Because you're
Alright,
going to be
so-
sneaky.
Stealth plus dexterity.
And I'm obviously going to add an hour to our time flow here. Because you're going to sneak around in the streets. Then, that's a
That's
messy
fun.
critical. Oops! I'm going to tell you what that messy critical means. No, this is not a compulsion this time, my friend.
Got it. So what
No,
does
no,
this
no.
mean?
A messy critical when feeding means that you lose it. You give in to the beast completely.
Well, since I have 2 people with me, maybe they can stop me from killing this dude.
I don't know if they're
Right.
even watching where you are right now.
Depends on where you are hunting.
Yeah, I think we're all like going into different directions. Wait, because you are such a terrible person, you only get 2 stains for this sort of thing, or do you? Oh yeah, the strong will do what they will to the weak. You're a terrible person. Tony Hernandez finds himself in an alleyway and looks at the weak. In this case, a vagrant, a homeless person. I saw a really bright light over there. Did you see that? That was weird. And then you just jump him and drink him, and the beast goes ballistic in the back of your mind. And just, everything goes red. Oh, Tony, you are completely sated this night. You have gotten some connections too, so a willpower point back. But yeah, that was so satisfying.
Where are those marks, by the way, on the humanity thing?
Those are the stains.
Oh,
You would
okay, I
have
get it now.
gotten 3 if you didn't have your absolutely callous horribleness going.
Yeah.
But yeah, the vagrant is lying there lifeless, bloodless, pale, white as a sheet, and staring into the dark sky above.
And
As
since we don't have much time,
snowflakes
that's
slowly
like a good,
fall, he's landing on those eyes that are no longer.
this seems like a good way to end this session.
We're
And
gonna get to things too. Let's get Sylvester to do a thing too, right?
oh yeah,
The scene queen, who is in fact in the right scene, which is the nightclub district, but again, it's
sorry, accent. Did not mean to roll that, but damn.
you succeeded, so you have remorse again. But let's go, Sylvester.
Persuasion.
How
Hold
are
on,
you?
search.
Oh my god, all the dice. And it's another messy critical! 2 messy criticals in a row! During feeding. You are going down to where? Are we going back to the Succubus Club? Because there are people coming out of the Succubus Club?
Oh, another kill. Wow.
And then you sneak up on one of them, or just walk up to one of them and go, "Hi there," and attack them. And the sweet nectar, the sweet everything goes red around you, and you wake up from this ecstasy. You will see a person lying there on the ground, drained of all the lifeblood, eyes broken, and I don't think you have a good... no conviction that will help you in this case. Sylvester, what have you done? You killed a human! Oh no!
Question, was the person I killed on any substances?
Yes! Oh, very much.
Okay, then I get the bonus for high functioning addict.
Yes, you do!
Okay, cool beans. Killed someone, but at what cost?
Yep. Let me double check a thing here, just because that was some way to wrap up.
Fucking dramatic there.
Yep. So let's
Because
see now.
Charlie wasn't hungry. While you two were having your murder act, he was just dancing in the Succubus Club to kill a few hours.
Yep.
We're all horrible people.
Bjormsson, since this is in fact the end of the session, why don't you roll for your remorse? Seeing this
Okay.
dead person that you never want to murder again, that you never want to murder anyone again, probably?
Oh.
Or whatever.
It's fine, it is.
You're just
Oh,
I feel so
Daisy!
good right now. I am. The cocktail of this person was just the best. I just love this stuff. It's just great. It's... Man, can I have another?
Man, Tony here believing that all vampires are just inherently evil is not being proven wrong here.
It is not being proven wrong. At all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sylvester is probably just lying in the backseat of Leopold's car, just spacing out.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Nothing ever happens and vampires are evil.
Yep.
Facts of the universe.
And on that note, we will end this session. Thank you for tuning in if you did. And thank you for watching,
Great
listening,
Murder
and
and
everything.
Steel. Adios.
Don't forget to follow on Twitch, press subscribe on YouTube, all the buttons, join everything, and we will see you next time. And we will also do XP with you guys. Oops.